I'm sitting here watching one of my favorite movies of all time, Clerks 2. Great fucking film if you've never seen it. Puts a good retrospective lens on being a clerk in various retail shops with a dosage of insanity. But I was just sitting here thinking, I might as well do another rambling because I'm oddly in the mood for one. So I'm going to talk about the handguns of Resident Evil 4, and in particular, just ranking them from shit to best. And fuck me, I hope I'm not going to sound like Randall here. Long story about that, but fuck it, why not? Anybody actually listens to me might actually be intrigued about it. Long story short, a long time ago, someone over the interwebs told me that I basically masked my personality based off of the stuff that I watch or do. So, hey, I play a little bit too much Metal Gear Solid. I feel like Solid Snake and want to be isolated, sad, mopey, stoic hero. And I watched a little bit of Clerks, and man, Randall fucking inspires me to be an asshat. But man, this is dragging on too long. Yeah, fuck it. Handgun rankings. So, if I recall, there's various handguns of different calibers, but I'm just gonna go off of the guns that only use the 9mm ammunition, the most common ammo in the game. That and because, well, yeah, I feel you can easily kill the majority of the enemies with handguns, depending on how well you use them. But yeah, with a shitty fucking intro aside, let's just get this over with. If I remember correctly, there's 5 guns. There's in order of appearance. There's the Silver Ghost, which was your starting handgun, which is called the handgun. Then there's the Punisher. Then there is the Red 9. Then the Blacktail, and then finally a New Game Plus reward, there is the Matilda. And fuck it, I'll include the Matilda as well, even though it's kind of like a New Game Plus unlockable, you need a clear save for it. It kind of deserves to be on the listing since it's Leon's original handgun from the Resident Evil 2 game. So I'll throw it in there. But sadly, because I'm throwing it in there, it's getting tippy top last on the list. So rank 5 is the Matilda. Besides the fact you gotta actually beat the game to unlock it, it's a rather underwhelming gun. Yes, in terms of DPS, with its 3-round burst firing rate and its massive 100-round mag capacity, if I remember correctly, when you fully upgrade it, it can be used for sustained firepower. But at 8 inventory slots, if I remember correctly, and rather mediocre damage, and the fact that because of that 3-round burst, you might find yourself in a situation more common than not, you're just going to waste a shit ton of ammo if you happen to kill a common enemy within 1 or 2 hits. So I wouldn't recommend that at all. Now, of course, if there was an option to adjust the firing rate and tune it down to a 2-round or a 1-round burst, that'd make a difference. But from what I can recall, it's a 3-round burst no matter what. So unless you have plenty of ammo or you just want to throw some lead down range, I would not recommend that at all. Now, the next one is a little bit shocking, in my opinion, but in terms of the situations, it doesn't really work out, in my opinion. The Punisher gets rank 4. And yeah, in terms of rank 4, it's not a bad gun. The Punisher's not too bad. It does have that special gimmick of, being able to pierce through multiple enemies. And right when you fully upgrade it, it can go as much as 5 enemies a pop, which can be pretty damning if you can line up your shots right. Because if it does like a few points of damage, you can line up 5 enemies. That's like almost 12 points of damage for a single round. Unfortunately, the situations or the occasions where you can actually line up that many enemies, it's not really that good. Now, yes, of course, it does. You can get it for free, technically, and if I'm right, If it's a new game plus, you can cheat the system if you already have one. I think you get a free power upgrade. I could be totally wrong about that, but I know you really get a free power upgrade somehow, and as a result, it would do slightly more damage in your Silver Ghost if you didn't upgrade it. What? An extra 0.1 points of damage? It ain't fucking worth it. Now, I do have a soft spot for it because it took many years for me to realize it. It is a 5.7 handgun. I have a soft spot for the 5.7 handgun ever since it was introduced to me in Splinter Cell. Ever since I saw like the trailers of Splinter Cell Conviction, seeing how badass that 5.7 looked. And back in the day, I didn't have an Xbox, so I never got a chance to play Conviction until, lo and behold, I get myself a computer and I can play it on Steam, even though it was a few years ago and I basically had the whole story revealed to me in clips I would download on my laptop. But otherwise, the soft spot aside, Punisher's not worth it. I wouldn't recommend it at all. If anything, the Matilda would have a lot more utility than the Punisher, but I rank it there just because shittier situation, but some aesthetics, and it could be useful in the earlier bits. Then third place, the Silver Ghost. And the only reason why I put the Silver Ghost there, despite the fact that it's your starting handgun, and it does have the neat ability of whenever you upgrade, it has like a 5 times critical multiplier. So if you can pop off those headshots, there is a chance that one lone bullet can easily drop a motherfucker and pop his head like a watermelon. But that's a thing. You gotta make sure you have very good aim. And if I'm right, the Silver Ghost is really hard to control at times. And the damage is a little bit underwhelming. Yes, the Silver Ghost, by all counts, is the replacement for the Matilda, because you see Leon using it in all sorts of material. I know it's like the cover art gun for him. You see it in cutscenes. And on top of that, you saw in a couple of CGI films, like Resident Evil Degradation, I think. Not too bad, but all that shit aside, it doesn't really, elevate it anymore in all the other guns. And from there, if it would have gotten, say, the silencer from Mercenaries, that would have been a little bit better. But unfortunately, that's locked behind Mercenaries. But who knows, with the remake coming out, maybe we will get a silencer for it. You never know. And how modifiable the RE engine is, ooh, I can only imagine how much better that gun can fucking get. I might actually be able to have a playthrough where I can actually use the Silver Ghost for the whole game. Come to think of it, I wonder how the Silver Ghost will look in Resident Evil 4 Remake. Rank 2. Now this is kind of a tricky one because it's kind of tied in terms of what gun is better, because I was always using this one particular gun for all my playthroughs. Hint, because of the raw power for it. But as time went on, I had to substitute it for more practical shit. So, unfortunately, the high-powered option for a handgun gets rank 2. And I'm talking about the Red 9. And who can forget the Red 9? Oh, man, that was like a powerhouse dream. It was kind of funny, because it kind of feels like there's a trend where the modernized high-tech weapons in the game, the TMP, the Striker, the PSG-1 full auto sniper rifle, they have a very fast firing rate and a lot of ammo, but they're relatively shit in terms of damage. But then the slower firing, older style weapons, the rifle, the Red 9, the shotgun kinda, those type of guns, they have ridiculous fucking power to the point where you can easily have a good amount of ammo conservation in mind. But, yeah, that's why the Red 9 gets second place. It has a shit ton of power, and given, at first, it has, like, the worst control out of all the guns. It shakes really fucking bad. But then you can alleviate that with the stock option. It kind of hurts the gun, though, since it kind of turns an already bulky gun of 4 into technically a gun of 7 slots, which can be really bulky, but it makes up for it with that ammo management because it does 6.5 damage for an exclusive attack, which earlier on in the game, especially on New Game Plus run, that 6.5 damage can tear through various enemies in one shot really fucking easily. And with all that and the buttstock, stabilizing it really well, the only reason why I kind of don't want to use it is because, yeah, it's too prehistoric in my opinion. It's too antique. And this is coming from the guy that always uses the fucking rifle because, let's fucking face it, the raw damage from the rifle outclasses some fucking magnums. Why use a magnum when you can use the commonly easier found ammo that is the fucking rifle ammo? But that's the only one I end up fucking using. But then that all brings us to the number one rank, in my opinion, the Blacktail. The Blacktail is kind of like the all-rounded upgrade. Kind of the jack-of-all-trades, master of none. It has, the 6-slot, oh, shit. Correction, then. Never mind, the Red 9's an 8-slot, and with the fucking stock, it's 11. Yeesh. But the Blacktail is a 6-slot handgun like the rest of them. Has a respectable ammo capacity, great fucking firing rate, and the shakiness isn't that bad either. And it has a respectable 4.5 damage. Trails behind the 6.5 the Red 9, but overall does do a little bit more damage than most of the handguns, all the while still having a decent firing rate to dish out some DPS. Essentially, the Blacktail is just, it's the all-rounded gun, like I said, jack of all trades. Now, of course, it does have the benefit, I think, of having like a better aiming speed, in the sense that when you look at the Riot Shotgun, that has the benefit of being able to, aim quicker. Like, you can move the camera quicker, so you can move the different targets a lot easier. So I think the Blacktail has that as like a nimble feature, which doesn't really sound that useful in the grand scheme of things, but it's just everything else about the Blacktail that makes it really fucking handy. Not to mention I like the design. It feels really tactical and professional. And come on, Ada loves it. You can write your own hand cannon that maybe Leon starts using because she's like, oh god, Ada, oh yeah, oh that Blacktail looks so good on, yeah, hey, I got a version of it too. Yeah, let's have our Blacktails made together. Make sure Chris doesn't hear that. He'll blow fucking gasket, because we all know he fucking is trying to get Leon hooked up with Claire for the Redfield bloodline. Oh, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, those are all the handguns, or anything that uses 9mm ammunition. I'll actually be kind of interested if there's like any other handguns that get added into Resident Evil 4, or God forbid if modders find some way to add in new guns, but I would like to think personally, since it's kind of been a tradition at this point, because it's so far been all of the RE engine games, I wonder if they'll bring in the Samurai's Edge as an unlockable, given it wasn't an unlockable in the original Resident Evil 4, but who knows? I mean, they could easily bring it the fuck in. I mean, thank God at least the original unlockables from Resident Evil 4 will be in there, so, oh, I cannot wait to see 4K fucking resolution Mafia suit. Fucking swagger, Leon. But until then, I mean, we have like, what, 6, 7 more months till that comes out? I know I'm not going to be able to fucking play it. If my computer can actually run it, I'll be fucking impressed. But even then, I'll have to wait. But until then, that's another rambling from me with a very weird and personal intro. Sorry about that, by the way, but I figured I'd leave it in because fuck it, we all got our weird past. But, like, dislike, comment, subscribe, all that, YouTube requirement bullshit. Let me know what your favorite handgun is, if, you like the handguns in Resident Evil 4. And, yeah, stay safe. Manager's clocking out. Bye.